and really what it takes, okay? All right, so we are going to get started. Thank you so much, Coney, for handling the back end. And let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Loretta. Well, good evening, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Carmen Ray, and I am a one-star director with this amazing company called Planet Marketing. I started in the business with this company 9 years ago, y'all. I am approaching 10 years. And when I think about it, I'm just like, wow, wow. I cannot believe it's been that long. And I have loved every single bit of it. I've been able to travel more than I ever have in my life. I absolutely love that part about it. In addition to that, I've met some of the most amazing people. Business partners have turned into friendships. It feels like family. So everything about it, Planet Marketing is a marketing company that has an exclusive relationship with a host agency, IntelliTravel. Both of these companies are two debt-free companies, and they allow people to start their own home-based travel business and get access to all kinds of suppliers, being able to literally learn all about the power of travel. So I got started, like I said, about 9 years ago with zero background in travel. I knew nothing at all about travel, but I did want to support the person that invited me. And so, who would have known that I would attend the convention with Planet Marketing? And that was a real game changer. I got a chance to see the bigger picture of everything, the vision, and what the real potential of this company was. So I started December 2016. Then I became a one-star director for 2019. So my message that I really want to share with everybody that's joining us tonight is we're going to be highlighting someone who is near and dear to me, who exemplifies what it means to be consistent, what it means to just keep doing the simple things over and over and over. And for some people that may not be familiar with our company and our business, I just want you all to understand the magnitude of what is about to happen with Jackie Delane. We have approximately 145,000 independent travel advisors in over 20 different countries. Out of that, we have approximately 70,000 who are marketing reps that's really about the business of helping other people to earn this additional income. So it basically gives you the capacity to help other families. And I love that. I love that about this company because it's not only for you and your family, but for those of us that want to share the opportunity, like Jackie has been so consistently and relentlessly doing. It not only is for you and your household, but it gives you the capacity to help others. So again, tonight we're going to be celebrating and learn a little bit more about my sister in success, Jackie Delane. So welcome again, everybody, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So I want Jackie to get started with tonight, just telling us a little bit about herself, her background, and just what made you say yes to this opportunity. Give us the scoop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us, especially on this short notice that Carmen decided we would get on this platform, just so that some of you all who don't know me can kind of meet me and see why and when and how I joined this business. So, my name is Jackie Delane. Prior to getting in this business with this company, my professional background is I was in corporate America for 13 years, and then I made a change because I hated it so much that I went back to school and I initially became a school social worker in public schools here in Illinois. And so that's how I got started in the education system. And from there, I became a dean of students and then an assistant principal. So I retired. My last 11 years in education was in high school administration. So I retired, and then once I retired, many things were kind of happening in my family. So shortly after that, in 2017, Carmen mentioned she joined the business in December 2016. Well, in March 2017, I was just aimlessly scrolling on Facebook because at that time, my mom had passed just prior to that, the year before. And I was literally in year 8 of taking care of my husband with dementia. And so I didn't have much time to do anything. And so to get on Facebook for 5 or 10 minutes a day was like me taking a vacation. So I was on Facebook. I saw Carmen mention something about a travel business. Well, prior to this company, I literally have been booking travel since 1984. So booking travel was not new to me. What was new for me at that time was learning how to do all of this online. Because when I started booking travel, it was the old brick and mortar days where you went into the travel agency after I got off from work, did my paperwork for my groups. Back then, Kimberly, you know how it is with booking cruise groups. Now we go online, we book our groups. Back then, you called the cruise line on the phone
Mhm.
and you told them how many cabins you wanted. You went into the agency, you did the paperwork. The agency owner sent the paperwork in. The agency owner decided how much of the commission split you would get. And so I always worked a full time job, plus, I was doing that on the side. So that's a little bit about how I got started and what really kept me committed to this business. Number one is the camaraderie and collaboration of the team that I'm with. When I tell you we started off as business partners but became family, and when
Mhm.
I tell you there are so many people on the team that I can just text, like Carmen don't sleep. So I can literally text Carmen and I go to bed late. I can literally text Carmen at 1 a.m. Now, she may not text back right then, but she's going to be waking up in a minute. And she'll text me back. I'll look later at 2:31. She responded to my text. And there are others like that.
Yeah.
So we have it's really like a family. We help each other. And when I say when my team calls on me, I show up for them, I
Mhm.
show up. If it's something I don't know, I find the answer. I never ever leave anybody on my team hanging. So if it's something we got to figure out together, we figure it out together. But what I'm not going to do is have somebody join in this business with me and I'm not there to support them. So I'm going to do that every step of the way. So one of the things, and I don't know if Carmen wanted me to say this, but I'm going to say it. So one of the things, when a person joins my team, they're basically 4 pillars that I have. Now, keep in mind with the phenomenal brilliance of the CEO of Planet Marketing, Mr. Bradley. He's created the entire system for us to use in order to work with teams. And IntelliTravel has done the same thing as it relates to travel. So the pillars that I work with people on my team are all incorporated in what Mr. Bradley and Mr. Ferrara have already set up. So I'm not reinventing the wheel, but I'm telling you, this is what you can rely on when you partner with me. So, one of the things we start with is belief in your vision. What is your vision for your business? Everybody has a different vision. When I started, my vision was I knew I couldn't travel right then, but I knew the day would come. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, but I knew it would come, what I could do that again. So when I started, just being able to get online and look at some travel destinations, that was enough for me. I knew I couldn't physically do any, but I knew eventually I could. So, what is your vision? That's what we're going to start with. What do you see for yourself? What do you expect out of yourself? What do you believe about yourself as you start this business? So, we're going to start with your belief. That's pillar number one. Then, confidence. Okay, we need to build your knowledge. We need to get you to plug in. We need to show you how to trust the process because
Mhm.
there is a process that works. And as I said, I'm not reinventing the wheel. Actually, I'm too old for that. I'm not reinventing the wheel because what has been created has already helped close to 147,000 people. So there's nothing new for me to do. But you can believe we're going to talk about your confidence and we're going to show you how that can fuel your determination to achieve what you want. And then we're talking about posture. So you got to show up with some confidence. Okay,
Mhm.
we're all adults. Everybody in this business has to be at least 18 years old. And we know sometimes the younger adults may struggle with some parts of it, but that's why they have a team. And that's why we have leverage. And that's why we have people, our upline, we can call on. But we're going to discuss your posture and let you know your posture speaks before you say a word. So we're going to work on your posture and show you how to show up in that room, how to command that room. And then last, your passion. You got to stay committed. It's not about necessarily motivation because for those of you who have children, were you motivated every single day to get them up for school, to get them ready, to get them out the house? No, but you had passion that you wanted your children to have the best they could have. So in this business, it's not always am I motivated to do it. No, it's that I decided I was going to do this. I had the vision, I have the confidence, I had the posture. And so I'm going to show up, I'm going to stay committed, and I'm going to do what I said I would do. So those are the things you can expect to get from me when you join my team. Now, next thing is how much does it cost? Well, let me just say this because every business has an investment. Okay. So, first of all, this is not something, oh, it's just free and you're going to become a millionaire. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay. You probably can tell I cut to the chase. So, the way this works is there's a $200 total investment, and I'll break that investment down for you because we do have two businesses. We have a marketing business and we have a travel business. And so the marketing business is Planet Marketing. And that's the business that allows you to build a team. That's the business that allows you to have multiple streams, seven to be exact, seven streams of income that you can eventually qualify to earn. That part of the business costs you $19.95 to start. That business, anybody that wants to be an IntelliTravel independent travel advisor can only become that if they sign up through a Planet Marketing rep. So Planet Marketing sells IntelliTravel businesses, IntelliTravel sells travel. And so the travel part of the sign up is 179.95. So the two of those together are the $200. And then you have overhead because every single business has overhead. So your overhead for Planet Marketing, which is your marketing business, which allows you to sell IntelliTravel businesses to other people who are interested, that's $19.95 a month overhead. And then IntelliTravel overhead is $39.95 a month. And so the two of those, we rounded off at $60 a month overhead, $2 a day. I'm not a Starbucks person, but I know a lot of people are. And I know a lot of people go to Starbucks every day. And I promise you, you spend more at the drive through Starbucks than you will with the overhead of this business. So that's what it costs to get started. So I think from this, I know I've been rambling on, but that's okay.
No, this is
Uh,
good.
from
Go.
this, I think where we're going to have some testimonials, Carmen.
Yes, yes, we are. But let's clap it up for Jackie. Let's clap it up for Jackie. And so again, we want to make sure that you guys know what it means to be a one-star director. That means Jackie and her team have mobilized a team of 100. And these days, it's hard to get 10 people to do anything. But now we're talking about 100 people, and she has some of her partners on the line. So this is a team effort. And that's why it's so important that we're consistent in our business. What about if that day that I post, because I post on social media every day, because that is my method of how I run my business. And my posture is that I don't expect everybody to like and comment, but you will not, since 2012, you will not go to my Facebook and see a day that I didn't post, because right now it's free and it's a way for me to connect with a lot of different people. I don't work outside of the home, so where else am I going to get a chance to meet people if I don't leverage my social media? But just what if that day I didn't feel like it? I don't feel like it every day, but I understand this is a daily method of operation. But what if the day that Jackie seen my post, that was a day that I said I didn't want to post? You see that, Kimberly, how I would have missed the opportunity. For now, this young lady is positioned. She's less than 10 people away from becoming my first one-star director because of just the consistency. And I just want us to understand it's so important to just remain consistent. It's not a whole bunch of things, it's just doing those little things consistently over an extended period of time is what makes the difference. And I also want to translate this too, because a lot of new people might miss this before I turn it over for some of Jackie's team members, because it's not all Jackie, it's because of her team members shared it with a few people. I'm not a one-star director because I went and did it all myself. No, it's because Jackie knew people that I didn't know. And so that's how this thing works. And then we learn, we travel together, and we grow together. But when Jackie broke down the investment, so I started in 2016. I became a director 2019. So since 2019, Planet Marketing has not missed receiving 1995 from me, because that's my agreement with them. They said, Carmen, we can give you access to building a team, to building residual income. In my case, I needed to supplement my retirement. So if you pay 1995 and you follow the system, we're going to make sure as a director that you're paid no less than $1,000 a month. So that is the first level of directorship. That's just one source of income. So just imagine every month your overhead is 1995, and in exchange for that, you're earning no less than $1,000. There's so many households, so many families that can benefit from investing 1995 and working their way to where Jackie, I believe she's going to do it tonight, is becoming $1,000 extra in your household. Like, that's what I really want us to understand. Yes, it's travel. We love the travel part of it, but this is something in this financial climate in our country, in our world. There's so many people that could really benefit. You don't have to leave your home to do it. You can do it right from wherever you have Wi-Fi. So I'm so proud of Jackie for being so consistent, so she can be an example for her team, the gateway to let so many of them know that there's so much earning potential in this business. So before we wrap up here, Jackie has a couple business partners. If they can just raise their virtual hand and let us know if they're available to just share who you are, how long you've been in the business, and what are you hoping for in this company. Adrian, go right ahead.
Good evening, Director.
Good
Yeah.
evening.
Hi, everyone. I am Adrienne Johnson, and I have been a part of this business for a little over a year now, about probably a year and a half. And I'm hoping to eventually become a director. That is my goal. I am currently one person away from a gold builder, which means, I would need to have 9 people on my team to become a gold builder. And so that is my first goal, is to become a gold builder, and then moving on into the rank of going towards a director, 1-star director. I've been, again, in this business for a little bit over a year, done a lot of learning about this business, but in the meantime have done some bookings and just have had a wonderful time um, working with this director, Carmen Ray, and partnering with Jackie Delane, who she and I worked together for a number of years in the education arena. But again, I'm very happy to be in this business, and I would not trade it for anything.
We're
I'm
so
a
happy.
educator, but I am also very passionate now about what I'm doing here with Planet and IntelliTravel.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Adrian. Tell us, why did you get started? Tell us a little bit about who you are, because I'm hoping some of our guests that Adrian is going to share something that make you say, wow, that reminds me of my story. I know somebody in my network that reminds me of what Adrian shared. So tell us a little bit about who's Adrian and what made you say yes, so we can customize our conversations to
Okay.
understand that people come into this business for different reasons. So talk to us about that, Adrian.
Well, so a little bit about me. Again, I said I'm a retired educator, but prior to becoming a retired educator, I was a mother, a wife. But even before that, I grew up in foster care, and just knew that I could aspire to be anything that I wanted to be. People have instilled that in me over the years. And so I believed it. And so I have met a lot of milestones to get where I am today. I'm also a doctor of education. So um, I don't know if you believe in the power of prayer and believe in God, but I know that He has directed my path all these years. I was in foster care as of 3 years old. And so from that point to this point, I have met lots of milestones. And I intend, like I said, to meet the milestone of becoming director. Now, my why changed. Initially, I wanted to get in this mainly because of the travel, being able to book cruises and do my luxury travels, which I love to do. I'm a big luxury girl. And so I really wanted to get into luxury travel and group travel, cruises and that kind of thing. But now I came to Georgia. I'm a retired educator, and I moved from Illinois to Georgia with 2 grandchildren. Now I have 5. And family means so much to me. Growing up in foster care, going from home to home to home, was difficult. And being able to have things that I needed and wanted was hard sometimes. And so, I prayed that one of these days I'm going to have my own family, my own children, and they're not going to want for anything. And so my husband and I, we just celebrated 44 years of marriage on Friday, and our children have not wanted for anything. And so I'm grateful for that. But my children, my husband and I have worked, and we have put money aside. We've done really well with our finances over the years. So I'm not really looking for financial freedom. I have financial freedom. I actually have time freedom right now. I have personal freedom right now. So why I joined this business is because I want now my grandchildren to be able to not want for anything. And so I know my children are doing all they can do, all they know to do, to make sure that their children are fine. But I feel like my legacy won't be complete until I know that my grandchildren are able to not want for anything. So I'm very passionate about making sure that I get to those director spots because there is a legacy piece that is attached to that. And
Yes.
so with that, I know that my grandchildren, my children and my grandchildren will be fine.
Absolutely. Y'all give some claps and some hearts. That is so powerful. Thank you so much, Adrian. I appreciate you sharing with our guests and our partners tonight. So now what we want to do is turn it over to our guests. We have quite a few like Galaxy, iPhone, so we don't know the names, but I see that Saucony put a message here that I want to make sure we don't miss. So if you do not have a name, please add your name in the chat so we can know who's who. And then also it's time for you to ask any questions or just let us know who invited you. And we're going to just get your questions answered. If there's anyone that want to get started tonight, we can just have you stay on the Zoom. Again, it's a $200 investment. And we know that even our cell phones cost more than that. And that's going to give you access to a multi-trillion-dollar industry that you can make this business be whatever you want it to be. Some people, they are totally okay with it being an extra $500 a month. And then we have people who are just superstars and took it to the next level and they are making $100,000 a month. So you can make this business be whatever you want it to be. I love that we don't have quotas. You can work it. We know that life happens. There may be a time where your job, your career may be too demanding and you can only work your business 5 hours a week. That's fine. People do it full time, people do it part time. There is no quotas. Don't y'all love that? Like you can work it and make this business be whatever you want it to be. So let's see. I see this is Kimberly. She was invited by Brenda. Okay, is that Brenda Seegers that invited you, Kimberly? Because Brenda is part of our
She
organization.
said yes.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Brenda, I'm not sure if you're somewhere where you can unmute. If you can introduce yourself, we sure appreciate you coming to spend some time with us. Brenda Seegers, it's been such a, there she go. Brenda Seegers has been one of our most resilient business partners. She has a full-time career, but she is really, really committed to helping people to have better travel experiences and also helping them to see that this is something that they can also do. So, Kimberly, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. Are you able to unmute and introduce yourself and let me know if you have any questions?
Hello, this is Kimberly again, invited by Brenda. I don't have any questions at this time. I appreciate the testimony, though. That was exactly what I needed to hear.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good, good, Kimberly. Good, good. Well, we'll make sure that Brenda, sends you her website. If she needs to at any point, you and the three of us can just be on a separate Zoom because I just want people to make sure they get the information because
Okay.
information is empowering, and then we can customize a plan to make sure that this makes sense for you and your family. So thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Uh-huh, you too. Okay, then I see Shelby Stern. Hi, Shelby. LaDonna referred me. Glad to be here, and thank you for having me. Shelby, we appreciate you being here. And LaDonna, shout out to you. LaDonna's another one, super consistent. I'm so excited for her. This is her first year going to convention with us. She has a full-time career. She has adult children. She is busy, but she is still serious about her business. So, Shelby, what questions might you have for tonight so we can get your questions answered?
Yeah, hi guys. I do have a meeting that I have to hop on in just a second, but
Okay.
so glad to be here. I don't have any questions currently, but I've loved hearing y'all's journeys and how you got started into this. It's been very inspiring, and yeah, I'm so excited to be here. So thank you guys.
Okay, Shelby. Well, you enjoy your evening. I'll let you get to your meeting, but I will make sure that LaDonna send you some additional information. Then I look forward to having a follow-up conversation with you if you have any questions, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Bye,
Okay,
guys.
bye-bye, bye-bye, take care.
You too.
All right, guys, well, I am not seeing any other questions or any other guests on right now. So I really appreciate you all jumping on tonight. And like I said, Jackie is less than 10 partners away, y'all. Less than 10 partners. So maybe you heard something tonight that make you want to just have a mindset that yes, I can do this. Even if you're a partner, like, man, Jackie stayed consistent. I wanted Jackie's story tonight to inspire you. We have Adrian Johnson, who is literally only one partner away from being a goal builder. That opens up a whole nother additional stream of income. And so just know that if one person can do it, you can do it. So let's go ahead and thank the person that invited us tonight. And let's get this done tonight. Let's make sure we cross over. Let Jackie become a one-star director, and let's help Adrienne Johnson to become a goal builder. That is such a big deal. So thank you all so much for coming. Thanks to Coney for handling the back room, making sure everybody could get in okay. And I appreciate all of our partners for always being so supportive and joining in tonight. You all be well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.